This episode of Unboxed was made possible thanks to viewers like you. Thank you.
I have a confession to make. I've never actually played a God of War game. I know, but during Kratos' heyday on the PS2 and 3, I was busy playing on my GameCube and Wii. But to be fair, I am well aware of Kratos' conquests, whether it be the gratuitous violence, the quick time events, or just being a giant man-whore. But it looks like the simple hack and slash days are over with the brand new sequel? Soft reboot? Alternate unit? Look, I don't know what Sakamoto's really going for here. But it was either this or review Nintendo Labo. And while I admit it seems like an interesting concept, I'm 30 years old. So for me to put boxes on my head would just make me look incredibly juvenile and really... Oh, you piece of fucking Never mind.
So decades after the original trilogy, Kratos, now sporting the Tommaso Ciampa look, is struggling to raise his young son Atreus following the death of his wife. That's right, it's the coming-of-age story of a former Spartan warrior adjusting to the simple life after reuniting with an old love and trying to form a bond with the son he never knew he had. It's TV's next big hit, coming this fall, God of War, only on NBC. Having wiped out the Greek gods like a party at Dionysus' place, Kratos has since gone into hiding in the land of Midgar. You heard right, he's going after the Norse gods now. This all begins with a knock on the door, and it's Alistair Black. Okay, actually it's Norse god Balder who proceeds to have an all-out brawl with Kratos.
I can't feel any of this. I'd hope that you, of everyone I faced, would finally make me feel something, but you can't.
I hurt myself today to see if I still feel.
This is where the real game begins, with Kratos and Atreus' journey to scour the mother's ashes. The new God of War likes to stick to the formula. Not the one in the original trilogy, the high-profile PS4 exclusive formula. Whether it be The Last of Us, or 1886, or the upcoming Days Gone, the camera is right behind Kratos' shoulder as he goes through the heavily scripted sequences with his son, who switches between useful and forehead-rubbing annoying at a moment's notice. Instead of the chains of Olympus, Kratos' weapon of choice is a mystical axe. However, when it comes to combat, the button layout is a real mess. Normal heavy attacks have been moved from the face to the shoulder buttons, with dodge being regulated to the X. It can get some getting used to, but the axe is able to be flung into an enemy, or in most cases a wall, but can be brought back by a simple command. But more times than not, I realized too late that the axe is somewhere else, costing me those valuable first moments in a fight. Then there is Atreus, where he's not badgering you with questions or narrating everything that goes on. He's actually useful with his bow and arrow, which allow distractions to enemies so you can deliver more powerful attacks. Plus, he's not one of those annoying NPC kids that need to be continuously protected. But because the controls are just so sprout, it can be so hard to get into any kind of groove with combos and such. I will give Santa Monica the utmost praise it deserves for the absolute beautiful world they have created here. They have truly matured as a studio. This isn't your big brother's God of War. If it was, then that Witch of the Woods would be getting her tits out any moment now. Any moment now. Fine. God of War wants to give off the illusion of an open world game, with it featuring fast travel doors and secret areas to explore, but really is just a linear progression with a bit of backtracking and spending vast amounts of time in certain areas, as well as meeting the blacksmith dwarfs who upgrade your gear and have seemingly learnt the ways of the RE4's merchant in appearing in places before you.
Brock? But how did you...
None of your fucking business. Now get in here. I got something for you.
You'll be spending a lot of time in their menus too, buying and upgrading equipment for both you and Junior, equipping the right gear to get the best stats, and unlocking brand new moves. Plus, Spartan Rage works great in a pinch. But the lack of a major open world is probably for the best, as it presents a much tighter, more concentrated experience with some absolutely amazing set pieces. Don't take my issues as me disliking the game, far from it. s8e Monica have crafted something truly remarkable here. The narrative of an elderly Kratos who truly just doesn't give two fucks about anything brings on some truly heart-wrenching and even some light-hearted moments.
Well, I've been seeing other reviewers just salivating over this title. I'm just in the it's pretty damn good pile. I mean, yeah, it looks pretty, but Uncharted looked pretty. Horizon looked pretty. The Order looked pretty. The PS4 has looking good pretty much down to a T by now. I'm sure someone will point out that they see God of War like I saw Breath of the Wild and Odyssey last year, and they might be right. And maybe I should give the other titles a chance now. Anyway, the new God of War hooks the player in with an amazing narrative of a young son just trying to understand his cold, stoic father and hopefully break down some of the emotional walls that surround him. While the gameplay does get some getting used to, you can't help but keep getting dragged in with some truly amazing moments that just made me wish I could afford a 4K TV. I just came up with my next Patreon goal. I'll see you all next time.